Everyday Superpower, where we talk body language, relationships, game, everything in between. Continuing on with our series, assessing and observing the fantastic video that Jubilee put out entitled "Which Guy Gets the Most Girls? Girls Rank Guys" by Riz. We had a not the most fantastic of game being peeped, but we're turning up now. This guy who's about to step on is someone I've been fascinated to watch. He was sort of initially ostracized by the rest of the group, and we're not going to continue on from there. We're going to start afresh and just see how this engagement pans out. But let it be known, if you're just joining me now on this video, yeah, you're going to learn a lot of cool things about attraction and repulsion and body language and whatnot, and the undercurrents of communication. But to really grasp a full depth of knowledge, I would recommend you start from the first video. Now, with that being said, let's see how this guy runs some game, yeah?
It's all quiet.
I think we're cycling through the girls again, so we've reintroduced someone who was on earlier.
Everyone is standing there. It's like a dance battle without the dancing.
Hi.
Right. She gets there first. She's exposing herself. She's always been quite cool, calm, and comfortable with her exposure of her body. You know, she's not insecure to the degree where she's covering herself up and running away and hiding. Like, I think she knows what she's got and she's coy. She plays the shy role, but I think, you know, I think she's very in tune with how these people are communicating with her, with how these men are communicating. So he rolls in.
Hi.
What's your name?
Hi, what's your name? He says he doesn't even make hand contact. All of these men up until this point have shook hands. This guy's chosen not to do so. He's keeping distance, but he's looking directly at her. He's a tall fella. It should be in his favor, right? He's looking down at her.
My name's Kaima.
Kaima.
Yeah.
Hi. Lee.
Hi.
Very.
Hey, he comes in. Little bit later than the others, but there's not wrong with that. He's engaged. Let's have a look at this handshake.
Hi.
What's your name?
My name's Kaima.
Kaima.
Yeah.
Hi. Lee.
Hi.
Very nice to meet you.
And you know what? Probably one of the better handshakes we've seen so far. He's not coming in slanted upwards like the other men, submitting. He actually came in with a decent upper hand. I mean, the end result, maybe not to the same extent as to where he entered that handshake, but put some respect on that.
It's nice to meet you too.
Tell me, are you in college, school, or anything, or?
I am nice
Watch the exposure of the neck.
to meet you too.
Tell me,
There's a hushed voice on her, sexy, sensual. This guy might do something. He might do something. He might do something. Let's find out.
are you in
Watch.
college? School?
Are you in college? She exposes the neck. Submission. Or at least the portrayed expression of submission. Pay attention. These women know the power they have with the exposure of the neck, with the flicking of the hair, the exposure of the wrists, and the so on and so forth. They are aware of the spell they cast upon men when doing so. But it's also better to be seen than not. Okay? Just make sure that when they engage with you with this behavior, it doesn't initiate a dynamic as to where you end up chasing them, because then they'll think, I've got him. I've got him. See what she's doing, understand what she's doing, observe and dial it in, and translate a response that effectively counterbalances it. A communication jiu-jitsu per se. Don't be too overt.
School or anything, or?
I am in school.
Cool. Where at?
I go to RCC.
RCC.
Yeah.
No way. You're from Riverside?
Yes.
I'm from Riverside area.
He's coming across like a robot. He's coming across like a robot, but he's engaged. He's coming across like he's talking to his teacher over a mock English, how to speak English lesson he's done. You know what I mean? Well, if you want to get with your partners and speak to them about the words you've learned today, please do so. He's coming across a bit mechanical, a bit robotic, don't you think?
I go to RCC.
RCC.
Yeah.
No way. You're from Riverside?
That when we said, no way you're from Riverside, it's like void of emotion.
Yes.
I'm from Riverside area.
Really?
That's completely coincidental, by the way. Wow,
Wait,
that's cool.
oh, you're being serious?
I'm being
I didn't
dead
think you were
serious.
being
Yes,
serious.
no, I'm
my
being for
God.
real. What are you majoring in?
I'm an English major.
English. Okay, cool. So you can write like thesis statements and okay, cool, nice.
Thank you.
Anyway, tell me, what's your favorite?
Tell me. Giving her an order. Climbing the yes ladder. Are you going to answer the way I've asked you to? If so, we can escalate this and continue onwards. Now pay attention. He's peppering her with questions as opposed to the vice versa, right? So he's pursuing her at this particular moment in time.
Band.
What's your favourite band? Not a great question because there's so many to choose from, you know? And when we get put on under the spot with a question, our mind does go blank. So it's not a great question to ask, especially in front of so many people, especially because now you have to consider the judgment that's going to be cast, given you choose this band or the other band. You know, it's not great.
Band?
Yeah.
I don't think I listen to bands that much.
Anything? Do you know? Do you know the?
God.
Do you know, I'm working. I'm working. Do you know?
Right, he tried to force something out of a watch.
Do you know? Do you know?
I don't think I listen to bands that much.
Don't listen to bands that much. Now, the thing is here, look at this. He's trying to be cocky, right? Watch.
Band?
Yeah.
I don't think.
Look at that. That's a bit abnormal. He's just like showing to the camera, my game is running well. I'm in here. This is great. Mocking her to her face, which I'm not saying, you know, if it was done in the correct context, it couldn't wind her up and have her continue to qualify herself too. But he's been qualifying himself to her up until this point, just peppering her with questions, trying to find out about her when she's not giving a fuck about him verbally, at least in this communication. He turns, takes the piss. She sees that. She thinks, well, whatever we had up until this point, you've made a joke out of, and I'm going to get put out on the internet like a fucking idiot. So I'm going to have to take a step back, right?
I think I listen to bands that much.
Anything? Do you know? Do you know the?
God.
Do you know?
Anything he says as she finds a fence, literally turns around.
I'm working.
But don't get me wrong, it could be a neg. It could be a neg. But she's turned around, bladed away from him. Is she going to turn back in? Because look at where she was facing before. Directly frontal. We spoke on the last video of the blading that was done from the girl with the other man. She turned away from him. She wasn't direct, because the thing is, right, if you see two people engaging in conversation and both of their toes are facing each other, it's hard for you to introduce yourself as a third party because you are cut off from that situation. Whereas if the two people are bladed, it gives people more entryway into joining the conversation. Intimacy is created one-on-one. Intimacy is not created with a bunch of people involved in this situation. So what we've got going on right here is a direct communication, head-to-head, right? If it was a man and man, that'd be quite aggressive in a sense. But when it's man and woman, it's intimate. It's a good thing, right? Now, she hears that. She has to back up from that. She turns away from him a little bit. Now, the thing is she going to come back into him, though? Because, you know what I mean? A bit of push and pull isn't the worst thing in the world, right? We need to go through the roller coaster, you know? A little bit of negativity with the positives, all part of the game, right?
Anything? Do you know? Do you know the?
God.
Do you know? I'm working.
Because as she turns around, she does flip the hair, exposing the neck once again, okay? Now, he exposes his palms to say, I'm friendly, I'm a friend, do you know? I'm sorry. When you look at his expression, you could see him saying, I'm sorry, right? Whilst holding his palms up like that, right? It goes to and fro. Now, keep going.
Do you know the Killers?
She turns back into him. Game's back on. Do you know the Killers?
No.
No, you never.
No. Right, we're climbing the no ladder now. We're going down, we're descending into hell on the no ladder now. You know what I mean? We could be climbing up the yes ladder, we're going on the no ladder. Let's keep going, let's keep going. He's cracking up there in the background, whether that's real or not. Probably bullshit. Probably bullshit. Probably performative. You know, I don't believe since a couple of videos ago when I saw like the fake expression on his face, I've stopped trusting, you know, what I see from him at face value.
Do you know the Killers?
No.
No, you never heard of the Killers?
I'm sorry.
Coldplay?
Yeah.
You have to know Coldplay.
I do.
Okay,
I see
that's
them in
good.
We're on the yes ladder now.
concert on my birthday, yeah.
Okay, no way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see them in September. Artist then? What's your favorite artist that you currently have on repeat?
Coldplay are performing, so, you know, it is room for discussion if you knew that. And if she was going to see Coldplay, you know, you could open up a little bit of discussion. I'm in the know too, right?
Coldplay?
Yeah.
You have
But listen to how he speaks. It's fake. Look.
to know Coldplay.
I do.
Okay,
I
Look,
see them
listen.
in concert on my birthday, yeah.
He says, oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. You know what I mean? That's good. We're back on track.
Okay, no way.
No way. Void of emotion. It's bullshit. He sounds sedated.
I'm gonna see them in September. Artist then? What's your favorite artist that you currently have on repeat?
Probably Maggie Lindemann. She's pop
Mary
punk.
Magdalene?
Maggie Lindemann?
I haven't heard of her.
Pop punk, like alternative.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Was that good?
You kind of scared me.
Was that good, he asks? You kind of scared me.
I'm not gonna lie.
Do you know why? Because he's fake, false, and manipulative. Because there's no emotion in his voice. He's void of real human-like expression. He's playing a game. He is imposing upon her, not only physically, but with the overt excessive eye contact. Which, you know, dominance isn't necessarily a bad thing, but listen, she said, as you as a man, right, hearing that you're scary is not the greatest thing to hear from a woman, because the point of creating what is to be a positive relationship, you know, a positive physical relationship, is to ensure she's not threatened. It's to bring that defensive guard down and to allow her into your world, knowing that she'll be protected and safe and she'll be comfortable in doing so. She's not going to do so if she feels uncertain about you or uncomfortable around you, right?
Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Was that good?
You kind of scared me. I'm not gonna lie.
And he says, is that good? Because what he's been doing is applying this entire communication like it was a job interview.
But was that W Riz at least?
Was that W Riz at least? He says, applying more pressure onto her. Just constant pressure. Do you know? Scary. Scary. Look, and he's looking off to the side as well. That's all he's been doing since day one. Since the first video, he's just been staring off at the girls. Yeah, it's psychopathic. Let's continue onwards. We got the last man of the group coming up next, yeah?